So you want to learn how to use Provider with Flutter, but there is way too much information on the internet and you don't understand where you need to start. This video is a beginner guide to learn how to use Provider with Flutter. So let's start right now. Okay, so we will start with a simple example with Provider. We have a home page, which is set to provider name. If we go inside the setting, we can change this name. So let's say we put Mapp instead, and we save. You see that the username is now Mapp, and if we go back inside the home, it's also Mapp. So the data has been updated everywhere inside the application. And this is what we will build together. In order to build this, we will need 4 things: the class provider, the MultiProvider, the watch, and the read. So we will do all of these step by step together. First, let's start with the class of provider. We will start with a simple class that extends the ChangeNotifier. Inside this class, we will have a simple string username. And we have also a function that changes this username value. Inside this function, you will be required to put a new string. This will be called the new username. And as soon as this function is triggered, this will set the username with the new value and call the notify listener. You will need to call this in order to make sure that the entire application understands that the data has been changed. Alright, so this was step 1 out of 4, to create a provider class. Next, we will go inside the main.dart and we will wrap the material app with the MultiProvider. This inside will allow you to put multiple provider inside this list. And the one that we have put is the user provider that we just created. In order to put this provider, you will need to put the ChangeNotifier provider, use the create, which will return the user provider. In other words, this will allow you to use the user provider inside your entire application. Okay, so now that we can use this user provider, we need to actually use it. And this is what we will do in step 3 and 4. The third step will be to use the data from the provider. So for this, you will use the context.watch, and inside you will put the provider that you want to actually watch. In this case, we have only one provider, which is the user provider. And then we will say .username. So if we go back inside the user provider class, you will see that we use this information, the username, which is inside the user provider. And if we restart the application, you will see that the name is Mapp, and this is because the default value is Mapp. But if we change it inside the setting for Flutter, and we save and go back inside the home page, this has been changed. So the username is now a different value. And I will show you how to change the values inside the provider in the 4th step. Okay, so let's go inside the setting page, which is this one. It's a very simple page that uses a text field. And this is how we will change the value inside the provider. First, the user will enter some new value, by example, Mapp. Then you will see that when the user presses the elevated button, which is the save button right there, this will trigger the onPress. And in order to change the value inside the provider, we will use again the context.read, and inside we will put the provider that we currently use, which is the user provider, and we will use the function that we created inside the user provider class. This function is the change username. Inside this function, we will put an argument, and this argument will be the controller.text. This is the information that the user has put inside the text field. In this case, it's Mapp. Okay, so let's go back inside the user provider to see the function, the change username. We receive the new information, the new username, and then we set the username, which is inside the provider, to the new value, and we notify the listener. Maybe you wonder, why do we use read instead of watch? The reason is we don't want to listen to the new value. We only want to use the provider in order to use a function and then change the value. So now we will recap all the steps that we did together. First, we need to create a provider class. Then we need to go inside the main and add a MultiProvider, and inside we put the provider that we just created. Next, you can use the context.watch with the current provider in order to access data. And then you can use the context.read with the current provider in order to change data. For the next step of this tutorial, I want to give you a practical exercise. Don't worry, we will solve it together later. Your challenge will be to create an increment up and decrement down counter. So if you press on the plus sign, the number will go up. And if you press on the minus sign, the numbers will go down. So try to do it by yourself. Otherwise, I will give you the solution right now. For this practical exercise solution, I created a brand new page, and we will do together everything step by step. So first, we need to create a brand new provider. So I will right-click and say New Provider. This one will be called the Counter Provider, the Dart. First, we need to create the class Counter Provider. So we'll say class Counter Provider, and then we will say the extends the ChangeNotifier. After this, we need a value that we will be able to change. So to go up or to go down. So we'll create an int, and this will be our value. Next, we will need to have some sort of default value. So we'll create a constructor. We will say counter provider, and then inside we'll say this.value is equal to 0. So it will be equal to 0 when we start. The next thing we will need is an increment counter. So we'll say a void, which is a function that returns nothing, and we'll say increment counter. The difference here is that we don't need to put any argument inside the function because we will not need a new name. We just need to increment the counter. So what we can actually say is it will add 1 to the current value. But you need to make sure to use the notify listener in order to make sure that the entire application know that the value has changed. Okay, so for now we have an increment counter. Now we need the decrement counter. So I will copy paste and I will say decrement counter. This one, instead of adding 1 to the current number, it will remove 1 to the current number. All right, so we have the counter provider. Now we need to use it inside the main. You remember we used the MultiProvider, and I told you that you need to add the provider inside this MultiProvider. So we'll say ChangeNotifier provider, and the create will then return the context and use the provider that we just created. So we will put the counter provider. All right, so the step 2 is now completed for our new provider. Now we need to actually use it. So we will go back inside the challenge page, and first we need to use the value from the provider. So we can put a simple text. The value that we want to display is from the provider. To access this, we will need to say the context.watch because we want to display the new information or the new data available inside the provider. And now Flutter wants to understand which provider do we want to watch. And this is the counter provider that we just created. So counter provider. We can now say dot and use the value. The value is currently 0. Because this is not a constant, I will need to remove the constant right there and put this as a string. So I will say dot to string because it's an int. All right, so now we should have 0 on the top of the application. Because it's not really visible, I will add a style inside our text. So I will add the style, font weight bold, and font size 25. But now we want to have this information inside the center. So what we'll do is we'll say the main axis size dot minimum. So this will reduce the column height to the minimum. And then we can wrap the column with the center widget and save. Now we have everything inside the center of the application. At this point, the only thing that we need is the increment counter and the decrement counter button. So I will go inside the floating action button section of the scaffold, and I will use a column in order to be able to put 2 buttons inside. And inside the children of the column, I will add 2 floating action buttons. Because I don't want to waste your time, I added the 2 floating action buttons behind the scene. And now we just need to put the thing inside the onPress function. And in this case, because we want to change the data, instead of using the watch, we will need to use the read.read. And now we need to tell Flutter which provider we want to use. So it will be the counter provider. After this, we will say dot increment counter. We can do just the same thing for the other floating action button. Because this one is the remove, we will need to say decrement counter. And now if we save and we use the button, this one, you will see that the counter is going up. And if we use the other one, it will go down. So this is another example of how to use the provider inside your application. If you think this tutorial was garbage, feel free to dislike the video. Thank you, bye.